Great day, kings and queens. Yeah, check it out. Welcome to another conversation with Drew. Where it's an honor to be able to share this gift with you guys. Truly a pleasure, truly humbling to share the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding that I've gained through my experiences that's causing me to become the best version of myself. Hoping that that what I share with you and I provide you today can help and cause you to become the best version of yourself. This is a terrific Tuesday, man. The sun is kissing me this morning. Woke up with an amazing heart, man. Just thinking about, what I wanted to really share with you kings and queens this morning. That's why I hashtag this joint relationship versus religion, or religion versus relationship, because I really wanted you kings and queens to understand the value of, the importance of how imperative it is that you truly understand your relationship with the source, with the creator of the universe, with God, with Elohim, because it's that important. I've gone through life and I've seen the value of not having it and going through the emotions, the motions of religion, as opposed to truly getting into the place of relationship. And it's amazing, kings and queens. Back in 2000, I want to say in 2011, I was in Christianity, my whole life up to this point. Back in 2011, I had gone through this eviction, and this was, I want to share this because this was a turning point in my life. I had gone through this eviction at the end of 2011. I just had my son, his mom and I had got a place together. She broke up, left me. I had this apartment. I just started my personal training business. Money was up and down at that point. Got evicted, and in December 2011. And it really broke me. It really broke me because I was in a place, where I was kind of feeling myself. I was in super top-notch shape. You know what I mean? Again, I was having, the little females come through. I was good. Smoking my little weed. Man, listen, I thought I was good. And it was crazy because when I got evicted, I really had nowhere to go. The only place that I could really turn to, was my mother's home. And it was so crazy because, at the time, what people didn't know, in December, A, my mother's water wasn't on. B, her gas wasn't on. She was actually coming to my apartment at the time, filling up jugs of water, taking it to her house so she could have some water. So people didn't even know, what, the situation truly was. But in the same sense, I was trying to get ready, for my first professional bodybuilding show. So all of these different things is going on, right? But what I experienced in that time is that, religion couldn't save me. Religion couldn't transform me. Religion couldn't get me out of this situation. And so of course I had to go and, and lay on the couch of my mother's, put all my stuff in storage. But again, what people did not know is that A, my mother's water was cut off, and B, her gas was cut off, and we're in the middle of December. You got to understand what I'm saying. And so literally, what's up, King? Literally, I was having to take showers. I was having to take showers, at the gym. Every time I would work out, I would have to spend an extra hour there, to take a shower, so that I can get clean, because again, we didn't have no water and we didn't have no gas, so I'm sharing that with you because I'm trying to take you into the scenario of how important it is to have a relationship with the creator. And so as I'm going through this transition, I was sitting there on my mother's couch and I was really asking God, like, man, what is this? Why am I going through this? Why am I experiencing this? What is it that you are trying to say to me? When it was so clear, it was so crystal clear, he said you have to stop smoking and you have to stop fornicating. So this is when I began my pursuit, and the first time that I was walking, in celibacy. I'm currently doing that again. That's why I said the first time. And so it was so amazing because then it caused me, kings and queens, to really push in. It caused me really to get to the point of a relationship. It caused me to really get out of religion, out of ritual practices. It really caused me to really go in. And how that happened was I really delved into the word. I really began to build a relationship with the Father. And I know so many people, they go through religion, they go through Christianity, they go through, whatever, Islam, whatever their religious beliefs are, they go through these things, right? And they believe that if I go to the mosque, or if I go to, the temple, or if I go to church, whether that's Saturday or Sunday, and hear the word of God, and I express my emotions, whether I'm crying or whether, I feel like I'm praising and worshiping, they feel like that's good, right? They feel like they made it. They feel like they got it. And in the beginning, that's good because you don't know no better. But the reality of it is that you have to have a relationship. And the importance of a relationship is this. It says that in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. So what that's saying is that the Bible, or what we perceive as the Word of God, or what we believe as the Word of God, is God Himself, right? And the reason why it's so imperative that you understand this is because people have been taught to go through the motions of religion. They've been taught to go through these rituals and these religious practices, and they're wondering why it's not becoming real. They're wondering why life does not seem to be moving. They're wondering why life does not seem to be evolving, because they're going through religion. They're going through rituals. They're not going through a relationship. Check this out, right? I'm pretty sure everybody on here and everybody that will hear this video has been in a relationship before, right? You have been in an intimate relationship, a loving relationship with the significant other, with the companion, right? Some of us are married, some of us are engaged, or some of us are single, but guarantee at some point of your life, you've been in a relationship, kings and queens. Check this out. If you, in your relationship, with the knowledge you have, the good, the bad, the indifferent, right? If you, in your relationship, only talk to your significant other one day out the week, will that relationship last? I say that again. If you only chose to talk to your significant other, spend time with that significant other one day a week, chose to give that significant other your intimate time, will that relationship last? It's not a reality. If you pick and you chose when you wanted to talk to your significant other, spend valuable time around your significant other, will that relationship last? If you said to yourself, today, only on this day, I'm going to spend time with my significant other, will that relationship last? The value of understanding the power of a relationship changes it from religion to relationship. What I was experiencing as I was going through that eviction, and I had to now lay my head at my mother's couch on my mother's couch. The reality of it is that it was time to go from religion to relationship. And so I had to start delving into the Word of God. I had to really start pushing into learning who my Father is. This is the value of understanding a relationship, kings and queens, for those who are new believers or old believers. The reality of it is, kings and queens, is that we come from the source. We come from the Creator Himself. He said that I'm going to make them in our image and likeness. Let us make them in our same image and our same likeness, right? So you come from the source, right? So that means that in order to learn you have to learn the source. Let me say that again. For all those people who are out here playing religion, and they've never been in a relationship with the Creator Himself, let me say this again. In order to learn you have to learn the source. You have to learn who God is in order to learn you. You have to learn how God functions in order to learn you. People admire the place that I'm in right now, not understanding, kings and queens, that the only reason why I'm here is because I have a relationship. I got out of religious practice and got into a relationship. That is when everything changed. That is when life began to truly change. That is when I began to find out who Drew Clayborn is, because I found out who God is. That's the difference. So as I'm sitting there on that couch day in and day out, people do not know the things that I was experiencing. Again, we didn't have no water. And then we didn't have no gas. So that means that I couldn't take a shower at this place. I had to literally go to the gym every single day, even if I didn't want to go work out, so I can clean my butt. Because we didn't have no water and we didn't have no gas. But in that moment, in one of the hardest times of my life, I began to really cultivate a genuine and authentic relationship with the source. And this is what you have to understand, that it's not about Sunday mornings. It's not about Saturday afternoons. The reality of it is, it is a relationship that has to be cultivated daily. Daily. Day in, day out, every minute, every second. When you wake up in the morning, to those who are out there who are married, right? When you wake up in the morning next to your significant other, do you not say good morning to that person when y'all wake up together? Or when you see that person come down for breakfast or come down for coffee, do you not say good morning? How many of us wake up every morning and the first thing that we do is we grab our phones? The first thing that we do is we jump on social media. We are not waking up every morning reverencing the King, reverencing our Father, and saying, God, good morning. Good morning, Father. Because it's about relationship. Again, if you are in an intimate relationship, if you've ever been in an intimate relationship, if you choose to talk to your significant other when you choose to, if you choose to spend time with your significant other once or twice a week, if you choose to give them your attention when you choose to, will that relationship work? It's the reality of it. We have been going through the motions of religion for far too long. We have not gotten to the place where we truly are delving into a real relationship with the source. I understood why it was important for me to start reading the word is because that is God and I am of God. Therefore, if I want to learn the value of Andrew Clayborn, the capability of Andrew Clayborn, the power and the authority that's in Andrew Clayborn, the knowledge that I have, the wisdom that I have, the value that I am, the worth of me, if I want to be able to discover that, that means that I have to discover the Father first. I had to go to the source first. Because if I could not understand him, I would never understand me. If I do not value him, I can never value me. If I do not learn him, I can never learn me. If I don't know his worth, I can never learn my own worth. That's the difference between religion and relationship. As I was sitting and laying there on my mother's couch, going through this transformation, one of the most challenging times of my life, again, I was walking in celibacy. This is how real it was, right? Because it got real. Let's get real. You know me, I'm transparent. You know what I mean? I keep it 1,000 with you guys. You know, I'm an open book. You know, and it was crazy because, again, as I'm walking in celibacy, right, these lust demons began to creep into my dreams, right? I'm talking about once or twice a week, I was waking up with secretion all over me from these lust demons attacking me because I decided to walk in celibacy. See, religion wasn't going to get me out of that. Religion wasn't going to get me through that. I'm talking about once or twice a week, I was having wet dreams, kings and queens. Once or twice a week. You hear what I'm saying? Wet dreams every single week. They were attacking me. I can see them in my dreams. It would be the body of a woman, but the face of a demon. I'm talking about something twisted and distorted. It was sickening. But it was attacking me. I'm talking about these are the things that I was going through in this transformation, in this process. But the one thing that kept me, the one thing that helped me was I finally found the value of a relationship with the Creator, with the source. I began to see the value of spending this quality time, this intimate time with the source. People do not want to go through this. People do not want to get to this place in life. They want to be able to take Sunday mornings or Saturday mornings or afternoons and say that I'm a Christian or I'm a believer. And they believe that that's it. Again, if that's what you chose to do with your human relationship with a man or a woman, would it work? Would it last? Would it last? If that is how you treated your significant other, would it last? That's not a real relationship. That is a selfish relationship, and that's why it won't last. How then can you not have a real, genuine, authentic relationship with the source, with the Creator you are? A young lady hit me up over the weekend, was asking, you know what I mean? She was saying that relationship was on her heart. God was really putting relationship on her heart. You know, when she was asking me, like, how do I go about this? I said, man, you got to study that word. You're not studying the word for your pastor or for your bishop or for your apostle or for the namesake of the church. I'm talking about the church building you go to. That's not why you're studying the word. You're studying the word because the word is God and you are of God. And therefore, in order to learn you have to learn God first. So many people don't know their power. So many people don't know their authority. They have no idea of the value of themselves because they have never, ever learned God first. Period. That's just like if a bottle of water is a source, right? And the bottle of water poured itself out into a cup, right? And you are the contents that went into the cup, right? And if you really wanted to know about yourself, would you ask the cup? Let me say that again. If the bottled water is a source and the contents of the source was poured out into a cup and you are the contents that went inside of that cup, if you wanted to learn about you and know about you, would you ask the cup or would you go to the bottle? I'm going to say that one more time for all you people who it just went over your head. If the source is the bottle and the contents of the bottle was poured out into a cup and you are the contents that went inside of that cup, would you ask the cup who you are or would you go to the source? You can't ask you who you are. You can't ask your neighbors, your father, your mother, your brother, your sister who you are. You have to learn the source to learn who you are. The only way that can happen is through relationship. That's the only way that it can happen. That's the only way that it can happen. That is why I am where I am, kings and queens, because I learned the value of relationship. You have to understand 24/7, right? That's like when I get off of this video with you guys, I immediately put into my ears some earbuds with some audios of teaching from people like Dr. Miles Monroe. You understand me? Because I am constantly downloading the word of God, the source. I am constantly downloading his word, or I'm constantly reading his word. Why? Because in order to learn how great I am in this earth, I have to learn how great my Father is. Relationship, not religion. Not religion. I am not relying on the words of another man and going to sit under another man to learn who I am and learn the value of who I am. I don't have that to do. I don't have that to do. I can't play with it. I'm not a Sunday type of guy. I'm a Monday through Sunday type of guy. I live it every single day. I practice it every single day. Why? Because the greatness in you do not know unless you go to the manufacturer who created you. You're not reading the manual that talks about your capabilities. You're not reading the manual that talks about your possibilities. You're not reading the manual that talks about your potential. Therefore, you don't even know how great you are. So check this out. When you're struggling in life, when you're depressed, when you're discouraged, when nothing seems to be going your way, you don't understand who you are and how you can get yourself out of that situation. You say, well, God, save me. God, pull me out of this pit. God is saying, listen, I created you to pull yourself out of that pit. I created you so that you can be just like me and you can do the same things that I do because I created you for that pit. I created you so that you can see how great you are. I created that pit so it can pull out of you your greatness. I learned this all while living on my mother's couch with no water and with no gas in the middle of December. I've learned this. I learned the importance of it. I learned the value of it. I learned what it meant to truly be in a relationship with the Creator. I'm talking about, man, it was some of the ugliest times of my life. Seeing how I was treating women. Seeing how I was allowing drugs to control my decision making. Seeing how I was choosing to get high rather than spend time with my own kids. Seeing how I was choosing to be with women when I should have been with my daughters. Seeing the intimate relationship with my father, I was also seeing the ugliness of who the world was making me out to be. Because I didn't know who I was. I didn't know who the Father was. Therefore, I could not learn who I am. Why would a Buick, right? Why would a Buick go to Toyota and ask the manufacturer of Toyota, how does it function? Why won't it just go to the manufacturer? Why would an iPad go to the manufacturer of Samsung and ask, how can I function? What is my potential? What is my purpose? Why would your Samsung phone go to Apple and ask, what is my function? What is my capability? What is my possibility? What is my potential? When it can go to the manufacturer? Why do you keep negating the fact that you were created in the image and likeness of God, and you continue to avoid learning him so you can learn you? Sunday mornings ain't gonna save you, kings and queens. I'm sorry to tell you that. Saturday afternoons are not going to save you, kings and queens. I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news. The very thing that's going to save and change your life forever and allow you to become the best version of yourself is when you learn the manufacturer. The only way that you can learn the manufacturer is by reading who the manufacturer is. I'm not saying reading so you think that he's so almighty and so great that you do not learn you. I'm saying that you're supposed to read why he's so almighty and so great, because he created you to do the same thing in this realm that's called earth, the natural realm. People have been lied to. Sunday mornings is supposed to be a meeting where we come up with a plan on how we're supposed to go out into the world and make the world look like heaven. That's it. That's what Sunday morning meetings are supposed to be about. It's literally supposed to be about us coming together, meeting, putting our ideas together based on the principles and the laws of the kingdom, and literally going out into the atmosphere, whether that's in our job, whether that's in our business, whether that's in economics, whether that's in politics, and literally taking over. That's what it's supposed to be about, implementing that plan. It's not supposed to be we keep coming here Sunday after Sunday after Sunday after Sunday, pouring out our problems, 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 and never get nowhere. Because that's what's happening. That's exactly what's happening in these buildings on Sunday morning. That's not the reality. That's not the reality. You're not supposed to go in there and rely on one man or one woman to teach you every single Sunday. Teach yourself, man. You're that great. You're that valuable. It said we were called to be kings and priests. It didn't say that it was just one person. It was saying that we're all that valuable. We're all that great because we all were made in the image and likeness of a king. You're playing with it. That's why life does not seem to make sense to you, because you're relying on Sunday morning. You get beat up from Monday through Saturday. Matter of fact, from Monday through Friday, you look for the Saturday or the Friday night or the Saturday, you know what I mean, to be able to kick it, to release, to go to some club and turn up, thinking that that's what's going to do it, or sit in your own confines of your house and take you a few shots or a few totes of that blow, and you think that that's it. That's not a reality. And then you go to Sunday and thinking that that's going to change it. Like you got to go back in there and plug and recharge up. The reason why I'm so on fire every single day is because I am constantly downloading, whether it's audios, whether I'm doing this, would you mind turning on pumping some Joel Osteen, whether I'm sitting there listening to Dr. Miles, or whether my face is in the word. You understand me, kings and queens? That is why I'm so on fire. That's why I'm so charged up. That's why I'm so unstoppable, regardless of what situations come my way, because I understand, kings and queens, that now that I have an intimate relationship with the source himself, I can learn the value of him, therefore learning the worth of myself. That's what I'm telling you, kings and queens. That's what I'm saying to you, kings and queens, is that what you have inside of you can only be cultivated through a relationship that's cultivated with the Father. That's the only way. I can't get on here and make something up. I can't get on here and lie to you and pump you up and have your emotions all high without giving you education first. I have to educate you on the truth. The truth of the matter is that when I was evicted in 2011 and I had to go and live on the couch of my mother, where she had no water, where she had no gas, and I was being attacked in my dreams multiple times a week by lust demons, only thing that saved me and transformed my life was when I got into a genuine, authentic relationship with the source. And the only way that you can do that is by studying him. That's it. That's it. I went on a pursuit. I began to get different books, whether that was No Excuse by Dr. Allen, you know what I mean? Dr. Tony Evans. I went on a pursuit of knowledge, of learning things of God so that I can learn things of myself. You think because you came from your mommy and your daddy that's who you are? Oh, shoot. All right, hey, listen, I thought that for a point in time in my life too. I ain't gonna lie to you, kings and queens, until I woke up. And I was already with my eyes wide open. But when I woke up, I understand that I was not my dad and I was not my mom. As much as I love them with all my heart, as much as I respect them with all my heart, as much as I honor them with all my heart, they were just conduits. They were just vessels to get Andrew Clayborn into the earth. But who I am is I'm a child of the King. I'm a son. If I'm a son, then I'm an heir. That's why I call that's why I call you guys kings and queens. Some people may not fathom that. That's because they don't study. They don't know that we're a royal priesthood. We're a holy nation. They don't know that we are kings and priests. They don't know that he's the King of Kings. They think that they're talking about King David and King Solomon and King Saul. You know what I mean? That's what they think that they're talking about. But no, we're just talking about us. We're kings, we're queens. But the only way that you can cultivate that is when you cultivate an authentic and a genuine relationship with the King himself. You have to know what the King is saying about you. The Bible is not about God. It's about you. It talks about God so you can learn you. It talks about his laws, his precepts, so that you can understand how to be protected. It talks about the authority and power of God so that you can learn you. Why would he start the beginning of the Bible talking about let us create them in our image and likeness? Let them have our same spiritual nature and character. Let them function just like us and operate just like us. Why would it start off like that? Because he was trying to let you know this ain't about me. When you become just like me, I get everything that I sent you into the earth to do. I get all the glory out of your life when you become just like me. But I desire you to be just like me. That's why Jesus said, if you believe on me, the works that I do, you should do also. And even greater works than these shall you do. People hear that and they clap and they applaud, but then they still living in poverty, depression, discouragement, anxiety because they really don't get it. Because they on that play. They're playing with it. They're not genuinely living as the chosen people that we are. They're not genuinely living as sons and daughters of the Most High. He said, dear children, be imitators of God. Be imitators. Be imitators. How do you imitate something you don't know? I gotta put my hands up. How do you imitate something you don't know? But you're being commanded to imitate him. How do you imitate him and you don't know him? Again, in your intimate relationship that you're in right now or you just got out of, if you chose to just deal with your significant other on Sunday, or just chose to deal with your significant other, acknowledge your significant other, reverence your significant other on Saturday, would that relationship work? If that's the only day that you chose to spend time with me, if that's the only time that you gave her your love, if you chose to spend time, you understand, with your significant other one day out the week, maybe 2 days out the week, we got 5 of them left. If that is how you dealt with your significant other, will your relationship last? Would your relationship last? If you chose to just hold hands and kiss your significant other once or twice out the week, will that relationship last? So how is it that you believe that spending time with the Most High one day out the week on a Sunday or a Saturday is called a relationship? How do you believe that you're getting everything that you're supposed to get out of life by spending one day, maybe 2 at the most? At the most. That's it. How do you believe it's going to last? I literally wake up when I go have speaking engagements. I literally go to my closet and I say, Father, what you want me to wear? What are we wearing today? And I will not stop looking until my heart is moved to say, that's it. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways. It says all your ways. A-L-L. All your ways. Not some of your ways. Not the ways that you can choose and pick. Not the ways that seem insignificant. Not the ways that seem simple. Not the ways that seem small. It says A-L-L. In all your ways. Father, what we're wearing today. What color drawers you want me to put on today. What socks you want me to throw on today. Why? Because that is an authentic and genuine relationship. I didn't send myself into this earth. I was sent into this earth to give out this gift, to live out this purpose. Therefore, I need to know who sent me so I can learn me. So I can learn the value of me. So I can learn my worth. I read the word because that is God. It says in the beginning was the word, and the word was with God, and the word was God. And all things were made by this word. All things, including you, with your short hair or with your long hair, with your juicy lips or with your small lips, with your wide nose or with your thin nose, with your curves or with the lack thereof, with your muscles or with your skinny self, with your round self or with your curvy. Listen, it does not matter. That means you. And he said, listen to me. I am the way, the truth, and the life. Listen to me. I am the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and end. Listen to me. But I created you in my same image and likeness. So in order to learn you, kings and queens, you have to quit playing religion. You have to quit playing religion. You have to quit visiting with the Father only on Sunday or Saturday. You have to quit playing. If you want to become great, if you want to really learn the value of who you are, you have to get in an intimate relationship. Listen, it's the most beautiful thing, right? I ain't gonna lie to you, right? This is the most beautiful thing that I've ever experienced in life is this relationship with the Father. Why? Because it taught me how to be a father, or it's teaching me how to be a father. It's teaching me how to be a husband. It's teaching me how to be a son. It's teaching me how to be a king. It's teaching me how to be a priest. It's teaching me how to be a leader. I learned all of those things. It's teaching me about finances. I learned all of those things. It's teaching me how to have mercy. I learned all of those things. It's teaching me how to love. I learned all of those things. It's teaching me how to have grace. I learned all of those things by being in a relationship with the Father. Every single thing that you need to know about you and how you can learn patience. For people who always say, I don't have patience. That's a lie. You come from it. All of those things are in there. They're in the word. They're in the word. They're in him. So when you go in him, that's why it says your life is hid in God. Hid in Christ. When you go in him, you'll find you. And you're not the curl of your hair, or the straightness of your hair, or the thickness of your eyebrows, or the color of your eyes, or the fullness of your lips. That's not who you are. He said, I breathed me into you. I breathed me into that earthen vessel. I breathed me into that shell. This body gives you legal authority in the earth to function. Without it, you cannot function. You are considered illegal. That's the only reason why you got this shell. But who you are the spirit man, or who's on the inside. And in order for you to be great on the inside, you have to go and search out the Father. Again, I was in religion for 28 years. For the last 5 years of my life, I got out of religion and got into a relationship. And this is why y'all are seeing, this is the product, this is the aftermath of relationship. This is not the product of religion. This is the product of relationship. And if y'all enjoy what I do, if y'all enjoy what I say, and y'all enjoy the king that I am, y'all respect the fact that it came from relationship and not religion, and y'all will get out of relationship, out of ritual practices, and become a person of relationship, which is a person of rulership, because you understand that you were created to have dominion in the earth. And the only way that you can understand your power and your authority, the only way that you can understand your kingship, the only way that you can understand your mastery and your leadership is through a relationship of learning who the source is. And once you learn who the source is, you automatically learn who you are. Thank you, kings and queens, for tuning in. That's my time. God bless you guys. But remember, It's not a look, it's a lifestyle. Yeah, because we do this every day, not to impress people, but to leave an impression on the earth. I just want to take my time out and say thank you for all of those who have donated to the movement. We greatly appreciate you guys. And if you have not had an opportunity to donate, inbox me for further instructions so I can share with you how. And we thank you. Have a terrific Tuesday. Peace.